Most everybody knows that there is no Sunday service at Chick Fil-A. But that could very well change thanks to a new bill introduced to the New York State Assembly, and it's known as the Rest Stop Restaurant Act. And it would force certain Chick Fil-A locations at rest stops all along the interstate highway to be open on Sunday. Now, the fast food chain opened its doors back in 1946, and its founder made the call to close on Sundays so that employees could rest or worship. Immediately, I started thinking about the stadium in Atlanta. Remember? And they put a Chick Fil-A in the stadium. And of course, it's an NFL stadium. And they always have games on Sunday. And Chick Fil-A took a stand.
We are looking into an amusing story that you might have seen. It claims the new stadium for the Atlanta Falcons features a Chick Fil-A restaurant, which is, of course, closed on Sundays. And this is true. Mercedes-Benz Stadium does indeed have this Chick Fil-A, which will be closed for 7 of the Falcons' 8 home games this season. The only exception will be a Thursday night game in December. Chick Fil-A requires all of its restaurants be closed on Sundays for rest and worship. During Falcon games, the Chick Fil-A signage will be flipped and the stand will be used by another concessionaire to sell food and beverages.
Well, the one thing I can say is don't mess with my spicy chicken deluxe from Chick Fil-A. I love that sandwich. But the thing that bothers me about this, it reeks of politics because they already tried to stop this in New York State on the thruway. They put them all in on the thruway. They couldn't stop it, and now they're trying to do it again. A business wants to close on Sunday, and you still want to have them on places. I mean, that's their right. I mean, that's part of the marketing strategy, I guess. So why are we messing with this? Why are they wasting that time with things like this when there's so many more important things to worry about?
Smells like government.
Some of our closing moments here, but a story that was shared with me by a dear friend who shared with me about a revival that was taking place at a church in Texas. And at that revival on the front seat was an older African-American man that was sitting there. And this young man got up that was there in that service, and he'd been so gripped with conviction about the racism that was in that local community in a small town in Texas that he took a shoe brush and he walked over to this elderly gentleman and he knelt on his knees and began to shine his shoes. And tears began to flow in that service. It was an attitude of conviction. So I invite folks to put some words to action here. And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just go right on over and shine their shoes. And whether they got tennis shoes on or not, maybe they got sandals on, it really doesn't matter. But there's a time in which we need to have, some personal action here. Maybe we need to give them a hug too, brother.
And some stock in Chick Fil-A.
But I bought about 1,500 of these, and I gave to all our Chick Fil-A operators and staff a number of years ago. And so any expressions of a contrite heart, of a sense of humility, a sense of shame, a sense of embarrassment.
Come on, man.